Hi everyone, it's Lavinia and welcome to today's video. I'm excited to show you this book that I got at the independent bookstore, which is in the town next to us. I've shared some other books and things that I've gotten at this store, and I saw this and I decided that I had to get it. So let me show you. So here it is. It's called Curiosities, Botanica, a collage book. And this is by Maximilian Malone. And it says here, a compelling compendium of botanical peculiarities and antique florals to cut and collage. And then here on the back, it says, more than 1,000 vintage botanical illustrations to snip and stick. Cutout Curiosities Botanica is a deluxe compendium of verdant ephemera, perfect for creating your very own collage masterpieces. The collection is curated by artist Max Malone, co-owner of of That Paper Joint, a studio dedicated to the art of collaging. Learn from Max about the basics of how to make your own artwork and be inspired to cut out page after page of illustrations, ready to be transformed into something unique. And this was the retail price was $24.95, but when I went to pay for it, they said I had a $10 credit. So with tax, it came out to 17 and change. And I guess, when you at least at the store, it's kind of like points. When you spend a certain amount, then you get to have some credit. So I was pleasantly surprised and very happy. So let me see. I had a ruler here. I just wanted to show you. So it says 1,000 illustrations, and this is, so it's a little bit over 9 inches that way, and just a tad over 12 inches on this side here, and maybe about 3/4 of an inch in depth. But let's go ahead and take a look. Now it is a soft cover, but it is a nice, has like a plastic coating on here, so very nice. So let's go ahead and take a look. So the publisher is Smith Street Books. So here is the author. Let me scoot this over. So this must be Max. So there's an introduction page. And then tools that you may need. So scissors, of course. And he actually writes here, try adding pairs of decorative scissors to your collection too. They may look like they're just for kids, but they can help you create interesting and dynamic outlines, which is interesting because I showed in another video. I did a little mini haul at Hobby Lobby, and I bought a set or a pack of scissors, decorative scissors, and there's 12 in there, so I'm glad about that. Can definitely use those, and I have been using them, so it was a good purchase, at least so far, as long as I keep them on my desk. But so then variety of glues to use. Look how cute these little illustrations are. So backgrounds, craft knife, extra info, and here's just a sample of one of the pages where he has everything cut out, and I can probably cut these out too if I needed to. So some more illustrations here, the process. And my thought with this book also is to hopefully get ideas if I see pictures in magazines, just thinking, aha, I can cut that out and use it for collage and ephemera. So here's one of his pages. Here's another page that he did. So he talks about the approach in 4 parts. So research, cutting, arranging, and gluing, and finishing. So I guess the research is just probably kind of like I was mentioning, maybe looking at different books or magazines, then cutting. So he probably gives tips on that. And then arranging. So this I think will be helpful for me because sometimes I just glue something down and then I'm like, okay, well, what's next? But I like the fact that hopefully, I can get some ideas on how to arrange and gluing and finishing there. Look how cute she is. So definitely, oh, look at that. So that's probably a background, and then he has this on top, and then different probably pieces of ephemera that are probably here in the book. So he calls this stacking, and then this is less is more. Going with the flow and layering. As you can see, there's butterfly wings, some plants, and then some different backgrounds that he has here layered on the page. So definitely looking forward to using these again in my junk journal challenge that is coming up, as well as maybe making tags and cards and different things for my craft fair, for my albums that I showed you a flip through. So just some whimsical pieces that he has here. Look how cute those are. So he calls these pockets and windows. Okay, so it looks like maybe that's tucked behind the flower, and this too. So yeah, definitely looking forward to. Okay, so I think he explains that here, how he does that or shows it. So a lot more, because it says more is more, an otherworldly creature. Otherworldly creature. Okay, so it looks like we're starting on the pages now. So here are some different leaves, and this actually reminds me, I have a terrarium that I bought at Home Depot a couple of weeks ago. I had been eyeing them for quite some time, but they cost like $40+ depending on the size, and I just didn't think it was worth it at that time, but they had a 50% off. So I ended up getting it, and I think this plant is part of what's in the terrarium. I also like this border here, because I can use that to fussy cut as well and use that as part of my page. And it also gives me an idea that I can tear pages like this and use that as the journal pages. So here are some plant parts. So there are a lot of images on here to use. Here too. So besides the trees, also the trunks and parts of it. So let's say I wanted to layer maybe a plant on top of that, or make my own tree, I could do that as well, or something whimsical or different or otherworldly, as he was mentioning. So it looks like each border is different, so that's nice. Then he's got these circles besides the plant leaves in here. I also like the fact that it's matte. The paper is smooth and it's one-sided. I've seen some books where images are on both sides, or let's say you have a magazine page and there's something nice on both sides. I like the fact that I don't have to worry if I want to cut something out that I have something on the other side, so that is nice. Some other plants and parts. Oh, here's that scenery where he had that image cut out and put in here. So that's a nice scenery. I could do it that way, or I can cut this into different pieces to use in my collage, or in my junk journal, I should say. So this one's in purple. Some of the images have white around them, white outlines. Some don't. Some have different color outlines. So depending on what I want to do, I could either fussy cut right up and not use that white outline, or I could maybe color it in if that bothered me before cutting it out. But there's different options, so that's kind of nice too as well. Oh, here's that plant. So here's one background. Some more leaves. I think my mom had this plant. I don't know if it's called Dracnea or something. This looks like a begonia leaf. So different sizes and different illustrations in here as well. geranium. I like this one. It's like an antique vintage photo. It's not black and it's not brown, maybe that sepia color of, again, like a vintage photo. So I do like that. Some more of these leaves. This is nice with the black background and then the white images. I remember when we were little, we would toss these in the air. You know, we would find them on the ground, toss them in the air, and just have them whirligig down to the ground. And we would also take them and just like open up this piece here and stick them to our nose. The memories of when we were kids. Okay, some mushrooms, different mushrooms here. Let's see if I can put that there so you can see the whole page. So these would go well also with the stickers that I have. Okay, so some more mushrooms. So there's those other mushrooms. And some more mushrooms. But these are cute. These are little. So this would be fun, and a lot more mushrooms. If you didn't have enough mushrooms, this book has it for you. And I didn't know that there was so many different varieties. At least I don't think that they seem to repeat themselves. I mean, they might be different sizes perhaps, but not like in that other sticker book, which, oh, okay, well, here's more mushrooms. This reminds me of coral, but maybe it's a mushroom, like that one. Here's B. All right, so here's some cucumbers and beans. I like the fact that, you know, they show them whole as well as open. So some melons, and here's a pineapple growing actually here, some bananas and plantains, some different berries and eggplant, some other type of fruit, some squash. These are nice, crookneck squash, variety of cabbage and chard. Oh, look how cute. Look how cute. These are adorable. This reminds me of that photographer who would take those pictures of the babies dressed up as, you know, in pea pods or whatnot. But look how pretty these are. I can definitely use these. I haven't finished the collab that Polly was hosting. The Strawberry Bliss, can definitely use some of these. And I think I still have a few pages to complete of the Beauty and the Bee. So definitely can use some of these in there. Look how cute these are. I like this border too, it's different. Some nice strawberries, definitely again can use these for the Strawberry Bliss. Some additional fruit and avocados. I like how it has that realistic photography in here. Peaches and pears and apples and pomegranate. I mean, you can see that shine is what I mean, that it looks like realistic like that. Different citrus. Never seen those. I don't know what that is. These, I think, in Italian are called nespole, and I don't know what they're called in English, but these are so good. I wish we could grow them here where we live, but I think it's just too cold. I think you have to be in more warmer temperature. But nice size lemons. Here's just a background. Some additional melons. So here we're coming into some plants and moths and bugs and caterpillars. This almost looks like a face and a big huge brain I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a bug, probably, I imagine, because I see different bugs on top of here. Figs and apples, some plums, cherry, and these look small, so they're probably plantains. But again, I just like the illustration that it looks like it's actually a picture. Almost, I mean, really realistic. Then variety of grapes. There's a couple of these here in the background. Oh, she is beautiful. So here, I guess a fairy. Did I finish my fairy? I don't think I finished my fairy one either, my fairy core. But look at that. Let's see if I can bring it closer. So there's several pansies here. She would be too big for my fairy core book, but maybe I can cut this one. I'm trying to see if I can show it. That one there, I might be able to use. That's a beautiful illustration though. I didn't expect to see this type of picture in here, I guess. But she does have leaves and a pansy right there. So different bees. Some moths and butterflies, some additional moths. This background. Some vines and butterflies. Caterpillars. This bird here. So here's some wings that we saw earlier where he used it in that layering. Small and large. Like this background here too, or this border. Those are pretty, these flowers. Some huge moths. I do like that wing though. Some monarch butterflies. I think these are called paper lanterns. Seashell right there and right there. I've seen this flower, I don't know what it's called, in my sticker book and some other books. All right, so here's a cactus paddle and succulents. Okay, some more cacti. This looks like an odd hummingbird. I don't know, maybe I've never seen this here, but there's of course a variety of different hummingbirds, so I wonder if that is a realistic hummingbird or a lot of different butterflies and bugs. Page of caterpillars, pupa. Yeah, so here's a variety of different hummingbirds. Here's a nest, here's another one. This is the one I'm most used to seeing, at least on this page, that one there. But I've heard of hummingbirds that have this curved beak. Ooh, this is beautiful. These I could use maybe for journal covers. I like that. I like these. I like the colors, and these two could use maybe for journaling covers, journal covers, or maybe just cutting out some of the pieces. These are pretty. So these are the windows, which I think in the Junk Journal July Challenge, I think one of the prompts is windows, so I might use one of these. This is beautiful. I like that perspective there in the background looking out the window. There's some seashells here. I can use these as journaling cards. These look like, let's say, like they have like numbers as if they're specimens or something. There's a pineapple. There's that hummingbird that I'm kind of like used to seeing. Bird of paradise. Pineapple. This reminds me, let's see, of Monet. One of Monet's garden. Can use that as a background to layer. This reminds me of the Van Gogh sunflowers. Here's a page of different daffodils. This is a pretty page too. So some of these have the white border and some of these don't. That doesn't have a border. This has a beige border that you can hardly see, like a lilac. So depending again what look you're going for. This is a beautiful page on different parts of the flower. You can use these as a border. This reminds me of maybe a pitcher plant. So this is in 2. I can maybe use these for pockets, maybe making pockets. That's a beautiful page. Here's a bird's nest, some butterflies. These are some whimsical creatures. Oh, this is beautiful. I like this page. I wish I could be there. There's a nice little garden gate. So there's the house. Bouquet of flowers maybe that they're preparing. A little walkway. That is a beautiful page. I don't know that I would want to cover that up, but maybe I can make this into one of my journal covers. So here's some more cut aparts that I can use for journaling areas. Here's some sunflowers. So here's some of those containers. I think we saw one of these pots earlier in the book where he was demonstrating the layering process. Here's some more, some different jugs. And okay, I guess that is it. So here it was published in 2025, so brand new book. And okay, I guess it was in by Smith Street Books in Narm, Melbourne, Australia. So again, this was just a flip through of the Cut Out Curiosities Botanica, a collage book by Maximilian Malone. Definitely looking forward to using this and cutting these and learning a little bit more from him, and then also getting ideas and tips and tricks for when I look at magazines and other books on how to cut and make my own ephemera. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Take care. I will see you in the next one. Bye.